Hello everyone. Today I am going to talk about teaching English in China, which I consider a quite profitable option that you can take, especially if you are young like me. It can give you some points at this early stage. I'm going to talk how to get here, what are the conditions, which are considered the best places to work, and some other tips you might take advantage of. So if you want to come to China, you can either contact one agency in your country that puts you in contact with a private or public school in China. You can contact one agency that is in China and they will also match you with this private or public school. Or you can do like I did, talk with organization in your country called IASEC, and they put you in contact with another agency usually, or directly with a school in China. I consider that going with IASEC it's a great choice because it's like your safety net, because contact with Chinese at the first time might not be so easy, and if there is any problem I always have the contact of IASEC to support me to talk directly with the Chinese people, which sometimes it might be helpful. Something you need to take into consideration if you come here with a Chinese agency is they will take every month a part of your salary. It might happen, I've heard stories about people that the school was paying something like 12,000 and the teachers were receiving only about 6,000 RMB, which is quite normal. They are taking their fee to cover the costs that have with you and also to make the profit for them. It's business. It's the way they make business. So if you want to try to have the direct contact with the school, then you might get a higher salary. So talking about the conditions, you might expect to receive 6,000 to 7,000 RMB, that's the average salary. You might receive less, you might receive more. I've heard about people receiving 4,500 and other people receiving up to 12,000 RMB. So it really depends. However, usually they give you the housing and utilities for free. So they pay you the house, they pay you the lights, everything, or they take from the part that the agency is taking for them. So that's how you can see things. And if you are smart and if you came through an agency, you can talk with them in advance and they might even pay you the visa and the flight costs. It happens. So if you know that in advance and if you know how to talk with them, you might take advantage of that. Okay? So my suggestion here is, if before you come, ask all the questions you need. If you are not sure about something, ask. Because Chinese won't tell you. You really need to ask. And something I've learned here is that information is power. So you really need to have the information to be responsible for yourselves, to be sure about yourselves, to be calm and tranquil about your situation. Okay? Now, the best places to work. I think if you go to a new university or a middle school, that would be the best. Because there you have the program almost sure already provided for you. You have a fixed schedule. You don't have to work on the weekends. You have big breaks during the school breaks, which is 1 month during the winter break, which is pretty awesome. And if you go to a private school like I'm doing now, your schedule is not fixed. You might work some time, you might not work another time. And also, in general, people who work in the universities and work in at the high schools, they respect much more their contracts and they are much more trustworthy with you. Okay? Another thing is, if you want to work just with high school or like young adult students, it's easier in the university or a high school. However, here in a private school, I can work with all different kinds of students. So that might be something you are not interested in. And if you can choose, if you want to go to a big or a small city, in general, the salary it will be a bit higher in the big city. And I think the main point the main advantage there is your social life. It will be better because you have more options to have a better cultural and social life. You probably will have more people to meet with, more foreigners, but you will also spend more money. If you really want to save money, a small city like the one where I'm now, it would be good. However, a social life or cultural life, it will be a bit of a problem because there are not so many foreigners, most people don't speak English, there are not many things to do out there, so that might be a problem. Also, something that you might ask yourself is my English enough? Do I need to be a native? In general, that's not needed. If you have a IELTS exam with a high score, that would be most probably enough for them. I don't even have that IELTS score, and I'm here. That's because they thought that my English was enough for teaching the kids here, and that's why they took me here. So you just need to go through the interviews, and maybe that would be probably enough, or maybe not, let's see. So if you are considering to come to China to teach English, I think that could be a great experience for you. However, as you can see from the videos that I'm sharing here in YouTube, it might be also quite challenging, but in general, for the experience and for the money you can make, especially comparing with the situation I have back in Portugal, it's quite a great experience, and you gain a lot in a cultural and in a personal development meaning. So I totally recommend, but not for a long time. Don't come for a long time. That's it. Bye bye. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to share with you some. Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about to teach. So in general, I think these are the main points you need to take in consideration if you are considering to come to teach English in China. In general, you don't